Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to this video. In this video, we wanted to share with you the 3 trillion AI infrastructure race and how silicon giants are reshaping the world of global finance. Let's start with the foundation of digital supremacy. The AI revolution is driving one of the largest capital movements in modern history, with global spending on data centers projected to hit almost 3 trillion between now and 2029. This isn't just a tech story, it is a fundamental reshaping of global finance, energy systems, and geopolitical power structure. Artificial intelligence has a secret. For all its ethereal promise of digital transformation, AI is profoundly physical. Every chat GPT query, every image generated, every recommendation algorithm powering the social media feeds requires massive computational infrastructure humming away in warehouse sites data centers across the world. A single ChatGPT query requires 2.9 watt-hours of electricity compared with zero point 0.3 watt-hours for a Google search, nearly 10 times more power. Now scale this difference across billions of daily AI interactions and you begin to understand as to why Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta will be spending more than 400 billion on data centers in 2026, on top of more than 350 billion this year, that is in 2025. The staggering scale of AI's physical demands. Computing power requirements. The infrastructure demands of modern AI are unprecedented. GPT-4 was reportedly trained with 25,000 GPUs consuming around 30 megawatt of power, almost as much as 25,000 US households. But that's just the beginning. Phase 5 of Microsoft and OpenAI's data center build-out plans slated for the deployment as soon as 2028 will reportedly require a single supercomputer with as much as 5 gigawatt of power, over 150x the size. To put this into perspective, the AI data centers would be needing 68 gigawatts of power capacity by 2027, close to the current total power capacity of the state of California. Training could demand up to 1 gigawatt at a single location by 2028 and 8 gigawatts equivalent to 8 nuclear reactors by 2030. Meta is pouring money into physical and technical infrastructure needed to scale its AI ambitions, and it's planning to spend around 66 to 72 billion in 2025 itself, up approximately 30 billion year over year. The energy grid strain. The energy implications are staggering. Goldman Sachs research is forecasting that global power demand from data centers will increase by 50% by 2027 and by as much as 165% by the end of the decade. In the United States alone, data centers are projected to use 8% of the total power by 2030, up from 3% in 2022. Now, this is not evenly distributed. In the county of Virginia, which is also known as the Data Center Alley, the Dominion Energy has connected 94 data centers that consume about 4 gigawatts of electricity combined over the past 5 years. Now it's fielding requests for data center campuses that could consume multiple gigawatts. And this brings us to the 1.5 trillion funding gap. Here's where the financial story gets fascinating. Of almost 3 trillion in the global data center spending projected through 2029, just 1.4 trillion is forecast to come from capital expenditure by the big tech groups, leaving a mammoth 1.5 trillion of funding required from investors and developers. The funding gap is being filled through increasingly creative mechanisms. And this brings us to the debt-driven development. We did a short and brief video on this previously. We'll share a link of that video in the description of this one. Coming back to the debt-driven development. About 60 billion of the loans are going into roughly 440 billion of data center development projects this year, twice as much debt as in 2024. The scale is unprecedented. CoreWeave secured around 7.5 billion in debt financing, one of the largest ever private debt financings to accelerate its data center build-out. And this brings us to the build-to-suit models. The tech giants are increasingly offloading infrastructure risk to sophisticated build-to-suit arrangements. Meta raised 29 billion, including 26 billion of debt from private capital investors led by PIMCO this month, to help fund data centers in Ohio and Louisiana, enabling it to offset upfront costs and spend its cash on other initiatives with faster returns. The Oracle, OpenAI, and Crusoe arrangement also illustrates this complexity. Oracle has signed up to lease 2 gigawatt of data center in Texas. The project is built by a startup Crusoe and investment group Blue Owl Capital, which have raised approximately 5 billion in equity from investors and borrowed almost 10 billion from JP Morgan to fund the construction. And this is backed by Oracle's 15-year lease. Let's also talk about the private equity invasion. Private equity giants are aggressively entering this space. Last year, Blackstone bought Australian data center platform AirTrunk for 14.9 billion, the second largest data center deal after KKR and Global Infrastructure Partners' 2021 purchase of US data center CyrusOne for 15.5 billion. Apollo said data centers would require several trillion dollars of global investment over the next decade, and it has already deployed 38 billion into data center related infrastructure. And this brings us to the new investment landscape. We have GPU-backed financing, we have equipment financing beyond the real estate. Let's first talk about the GPU-backed financing. Now, one of the most intriguing developments is the emergence of the GPU-backed. CoreWeave made the pivot to leasing and operating AI data centers years later, then listed its shares on Nasdaq exchange in March. It is now worth 65 billion. The New Jersey-based company funded the shift to AI with large loans, including about 10 billion from Blackstone. Blackstone took security both in terms of CoreWeave's GPU, an increasingly popular form of asset-backed financing for AI data centers, and its contracts to lease the computing power to Microsoft. And this also brings us to the equipment financing beyond the real estate. Data centers are just a fraction of the capital needed. This is said by Blackstone. If you have 1 gigawatt of data center, it will cost over 10 billion, but all the equipment costs another 30 billion plus. This is not just a data center financing opportunity, but an opportunity around equipment, inventory, and supply chain finance. Let's now talk about the key risks and the challenges. There's a risk in 10 years you just have a shred of obsolete GPUs and cooling infrastructure that is unfit for purpose, and you may as well start again, says one person in the data center sector. Many data centers are being built to house NVIDIA's latest Blackwell chips, which require complex liquid cooling systems. The technology is changing so fast that it is very feasible that the future chips will be requiring newer cooling methods and not this one. There are also bubble concerns. The pace of development is wrong comparisons with telecom bubble in the late 1990s, when companies laid more than 80 million miles of fiber optic cables across US in a drastic overestimate of the demand required. People are making forecasts on the assumption that all enterprises will start to use AI technology and pay for it, and pay enough for it to justify the return on investment for all the training facilities, says one banker who works on the data center needs. And then there is also the energy infrastructure bottlenecks. Now, Goldman Sachs research estimates that about 720 billion of grid spending through 2030 may be needed. The transmission projects can take several years to permit, then several more to build, creating another potential bottleneck for the data center group if the regions are not proactive about this given the lead time. Insufficient power generation is increasing the wait times for grid connections, with grid connection requests taking 4 to 7 years in regions like Virginia. Let's also talk about the government policy and strategic competition. Now, the infrastructure race has significant geopolitical implications. The White House today released Winning the AI Race, that is America's AI Action Plan, focusing on removing regulatory barriers and accelerating infrastructure development. On January 21st, the White House also announced the creation of Stargate, which is a partnership that plans to invest $500 billion in AI infrastructure in the United States. The United States definitely leads the world in data centers and AI compute, but exponential demand leaves the industry struggling to find more power capacity to rapidly build new data centers. Failure to address bottlenecks may compel the US companies to relocate the AI infrastructure abroad, potentially compromising the US's competitive position. The energy transition challenge. Perhaps most critically, the AI boom is complicating the climate goals. The expected rise of data center carbon dioxide emissions will represent a social cost of 125 to 140 billion at present value. However, there is also potential for AI to help solve the energy challenge. AI is set to drive surging electricity demand from data centers while offering the potential to transform how the energy sector works, with applications in grid optimization, renewable energy integration, and efficiency improvements. Looking ahead, let's talk about the winners and the losers. When we are talking about the winners, you have hyperscalers with deep pockets. The hyperscalers can afford the risk, they have the economies of scale to protect against at least some of the losses. And then you have the infrastructure specialists. Companies with access to land, power, and specialized equipment are becoming increasingly valuable. Then we have the financial intermediaries. Private equity, debt providers, and specialized infrastructure investors are capturing significant value from capital deployment. The over-leveraged developers. Many of the big tech giants don't really know what they need. They are just gobbling up everything because popular opinion is that the winner takes all market, said one of the executives at a data center leasing. The people who are going to suffer from a pullback are the ones where data center companies are over-leveraged. And then there are the late movers. Vacancy rates in large one-tier data center markets are at historic lows, hampering interconnection and need access, especially in highly penetrated areas. So what are the strategic takeaways? First and foremost, the AI infrastructure as a strategic asset. This isn't just about technology, it's about economic and geopolitical power. Strategic autonomy requires compute autonomy. Secondly, the financial innovation. The scale of capital required is forcing innovation in financing structures from GPU-backed notes to complex build-to-suit arrangements. Thirdly, the energy as the ultimate constraint. Power availability and grid capacity may ultimately determine the AI leadership more than algorithms or chips. Then let's talk about the geographic concentration risk. The clustering of AI infrastructure in specific regions creates both efficiency and vulnerability. And lastly, we can say that timing is everything. With lead times measured in years in both infrastructure and grid connections, early movers do have significant advantages. In closing, we can say that the 3 trillion AI infrastructure race represents more than just a technology build-out. It's a fundamental reorganization of global capital flows, energy systems, and competitive dynamics. As the amount of capital required is absolutely immense, the winners will be those who can navigate the complex intersection of technology, finance, and geopolitics that defines this new era. The question isn't whether this transformation will happen. It's already underway. The question is who will control the infrastructure that powers our AI-driven future. That's all that we wanted to share with you in this video. Hope you have enjoyed this long-form video. Do stay tuned in for our next video.